I see both of you have Android phones. What kind of phone do your parents have?
Apple iPhones.
Much better. Tease.
Just cut it out, right?
All that is in the...
Nope, don't put those in yet.
Oh.
Alright, you comfortable in your seat? Once you're comfortable in your seat, I'll need you to close the door.
Alright. So how do I adjust the seat? Let's see.
So there's a bar in front for moving forward and backward. Then you have a little dial on this side of the seat that's going to give you some lumbar controls. Then
Higher up. Higher up. There you go.
There's a little pump handle on the side that can raise and lower your seat.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then the two wheels, you got tilt, and then the other wheel raises and lowers the front of your seat. So sit there and play with those for a minute.
So how do you make it go down?
As far as the whole seat?
I'm working the pump level.
You could be about as low as it can go.
Okay, I think I got it. Okay, I think I'm good.
All right, go ahead and close the door then.
Let me test out the seatbelt.
All right.
Because you said safety, so.
Safety. All right, first thing I want to do is see your key fob there. On your key fob, you have your regular key fob that operates like a little switchblade key. The key goes in, you can switchblade it out. And you got this little square device here. So this is remote start, but this is also remote start.
Okay.
Okay, I would tell you, this can be sketchy.
Okay.
This is very reliable. So if I wanted to remote start this car, I'm sitting in the house, I would go lock, unlock, lock, and the engine is going to start up automatically. Maybe. Lock, unlock, lock.
There we go.
Cool. I have no idea why it didn't start. All right, we're not going to run the engine too much indoors, but I want to let it run for just a second.
Okay.
So, other than that, it is just unlock. Does your side door over there as well.
Okay.
And then it has a panic button from there.
And we get a message on the front.
It says to drive, you have to turn the key. So it actually wants you to put the key in and turn before you can shift gears or do anything with it from there.
Okay.
I'm going to turn the AC way down. All right. Now, turn the ignition or the engine off, but not the ignition. All right, go ahead and turn it back forward one click. Okay, cool. Because I don't want to run the engine in the shop; it'll fill us up with exhaust.
Right.
But we'll kind of talk about some of the controls over here.
Okay.
Over here, you got your blinkers left and right, but you also have a button on the end there. That is for your lane assist.
Okay.
If you don't like lane assist, you can turn it off. Although every time you start the engine,
It's on.
it's going to come back on.
So what is lane assist?
So lane assist,
lights
it's
somewhere?
going to sense
Beeps.
that you're outside your lane, and it's going to try to steer you back into your lane a little bit.
Ah.
Not drastically. You know, you can certainly override it manually. But it's just kind of a system to help, kind of, if you're cruising along, help keep you in your own lane.
Will I feel it?
Yes.
It'll actually move the steering wheel.
It will actually move the steering
feel
wheel.
a little.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha.
Not drastically, though. Like I said, don't think it's like, it's very, very mild.
Very subtle.
So, you have adaptive cruise control in this. I'm not sure if you guys are used to adaptive cruise control, but I'll go
The
through
rental car I had has adaptive cruise control. Remember I was complaining it was,
Yeah.
it was freaking out.
He doesn't
on
like
me?
it.
I tell you, it's kind of a love-hate thing. The only
Yeah.
thing is if you use the cruise control, you're using the adaptive. There's no way to bypass adaptive.
Yeah.
By adaptive cruise control, let's say you set your cruise control at 65 miles an hour, and the guy in front of you slows down to 58. What it's going to do is it's going to automatically match his speed until one of two things happens. Either he gets out of your way,
Or he
or
speeds up.
B, you change lanes and you pass him.
Right.
In which case it will resume back to whatever you had it set.
Okay.
Using this button right here, you can adjust the distance that it's keeping you between you and the car in front of you. It's going to display as a series of lines, more distance. Less lines, less distance. Just comes down to whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay.
Other than that, it works like...
And that'll display it on this screen?
Yep, on this screen up here.
Okay.
Other than that, it works like every cruise control you've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
On, off, set, resume, cancel.
Okay.
Okay.
So, volume controls for everything going on over here as well. As far as all the different menus here, I'm not going to sit here and blast through all those. It would take us hours to go through this. Certainly sit in your driveway and push some buttons.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as general operation goes, On the left side there, you can go through settings, trip, favorites, which I like because it just brings up the speedometer. Driver assist, that's going to go through your different driver assist programs,
Okay.
navigation, music, phone, and back to settings.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and leave it in that speedometer position there.
That's fine.
Again, sit here and play with this. I do, however, want to talk about this. Especially since you guys have iPhones and these guys only have Androids. When they grow up, maybe they'll get a real phone.
So,
All right.
So this is Ford computer. This is
This is
your
still
guys'
this is
special.
no
Or
this
that
is still
as well?
Ford. This is the Ford Sync 4 system.
Okay.
Ford's Sync system is phenomenal. It's one of the best factory radio systems out there. It does have voice activation. It can do navigation, but I'm going to give you some better suggestions.
Okay.
Radio and all the other kind of fun stuff. And I'll go through a little bit of that, but I want to have what I call a safety speech, but it sounds a lot like a technology speech.
Okay.
So I'm going to go over here to add phone.
Search for your vehicle on your device and select it once it is
I'm going
found.
to go into my Bluetooth settings, and it's going to say Ford Transit. I'm going to tap that.
Confirm that the pin displayed
pair
on
it.
sync matches the pin
gonna say
displayed
yes.
on your device.
I'm going to say allow, and then it's going to ask me specifically if I want to use CarPlay. The
For your
answer to that
safety,
question
please stay alert to changing
is
road conditions
yes,
and
I
use
want to
Sync's
use CarPlay, and I'll
voice-activated
explain
features
why.
while your vehicle is in
enable
motion.
CarPlay. Okay, this is my safety speech. The reason I do this, the reason I talk about this, I don't care whether you use Android, I don't care whether you use Apple. What I do care is that for no reason, come hell or high water, do you touch your phone while you're driving. Let me reiterate that. There is no reason, come hell or high water, and anymore in this technology, in this day and age, to touch your phone while you're driving. 100% of it is voice activated. So I can say, hey Siri, I need directions to Boston, Massachusetts. And she's going to pull up directions.
Getting directions to Boston.
If I'm hungry along the way, I can be like, hey Siri, is there a good steakhouse nearby? And she's going to pull up a good steakhouse.
One option is Texas Roadhouse on North Powers Boulevard in Colorado Springs.
It did have
about 3 miles
it did have
to your west, and
Mackenzie's
it
Chop
gets 4
House on the
stars
list.
on Yelp.
Good place.
Does that one sound good?
Show us how to add, let's say, truck stops or gas stations along the route.
So if you had a diesel, I'd go one step further and I'd tell you how to find a diesel station.
Okay.
But, hey Siri.
Oh, I turned it off to save the
I
battery.
knew that was going to do that. Let's
course.
start. We'll run it for a second. Start back up. It'll pull CarPlay back up pretty much automatically, but I'm going to not waste time.
Johnny Cash. Ooh.
Open current device. Johnny Cash. Apple CarPlay. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Hey Siri. Where's the nearest gas station?
Oh, there's a problem. Please try again.
How dare you? I need a gas station. It may have not registered because it was doing something else.
Sorry, Bill. Something's gone wrong. Please try again.
It's probably because we're indoors here. What are we doing here? Oh. Apple CarPlay. Okay. Is there a gas station nearby?
Sorry, Bill. There's something wrong.
'cause
Please
I'm-
try again.
All right. I'm going to cheat.
It's because you threw your phone.
It's because I threw my
It's
phone.
mad at you.
It is. Hey, Otterbox, I'm going to go here. I'm going to turn my Wi-Fi off because I get horrible connection in this building, and it's trying to make the... So, one more time. If it doesn't do it, you'll have to forgive me and make fun of me for using Apple.
We'll taunt you, yeah.
Nope, I have to have the Wi-Fi on to use Siri. Turn on, okay. Because I'm getting horrible signal in here. So, settings, Wi-Fi on, okay. You're being weird. Is there a gas station nearby? Horrible connection
Sorry, Bill.
inside the
Something's
building.
wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Please try again.
She started calling me Bill. That's new. That's very new.
Not Mr. McFarland.
Absolutely. So, but again, the point I make in this, if we were outside the building and I wasn't connected to the building's internet, this would all work just fine.
Go over,
Right.
Go over the cell phone towers. Yeah.
But you just ask it.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. You want music, play music by Johnny Cash. You want podcasts, hey, play the Stuff You Should Know podcast. You want to know the weather, hey, what's the weather? And you don't have to say, hey, Siri, every single time. Or in your case, is hey, Google. She heard me. You have the little voice control button. Press and hold. If you just tap, it's going to bring up the Ford systems. And it's going to be like, you can say things like, the Ford system, again, as far as a factory system, it's the best one out there. But Siri and Google are 10 times more capable of doing everything that Ford can do.
Yeah.
So use the CarPlay. Oh, be quiet. Use the CarPlay, again, not as a technology thing. Use it as a safety thing.
Right.
You don't touch your phone while you're driving.
Yeah.
You'd be amazed once you get really good at it, what you can do. About the only thing you can't do is email. And I'm waiting for that to become a thing where it will actually read your emails and you can do all the emails via dictation. It's coming, but it's not there yet.
Yeah.
It's CarPlay or Android Auto are compatible with Google, Spotify, Alexa, Pandora, Apple Music, whatever platform you use for audio entertainment, all compatible with CarPlay or Android Auto. So, questions about any of that?
No, I think we're good. Just
All
take
right.
some playing around.
Sit in your driveway and push buttons. I will say here, I'm going to go settings, phone list. I'm going to go to phone settings, and I'm going to delete my phone off of here.
Okay.
All right. And if you just go home, yeah, it's got a radio, it's got all the other fun stuff. You could just go, let's see, this is the home page. Now again, audio is off, so you can go to audio on. It's going to go, you can go to sources. As far as sources, you get AM, FM. I think you got a Sirius XM preview. I'm not sure how long. No satellite signal inside the building. It's the same reason anything else
Yeah.
wouldn't work. And it's only this side of the building. If I was on the other side of the
So if
building,
you scooted back 10 feet, it'd be perfect.
it'd
right?
probably be fine. So you got sources again. You can go to radio, FM, AM, whatever it is you want to do.
Okay.
It's all there.
Hello, hello.
What you doing?
We have a problem.
What's that?
I'm missing a paper, the most important one.
Oh.
I'm going to tell
The
the
bill of sale.
Okay.
Now, pay attention. It doesn't turn off right away.
I have everything
If
else.
you want that to
but,
turn off right away, open your door.
Is that something that my brother would have brought or should have
And it all
brought?
shuts off.
Okay.
Okay. Pat,
Yes.